and Australian Airlines. He does not look happy as he leaves the 8th. Scott Simpson back to 1 under. And look at this. Curtis Strange. He's just parred away. And he is on top of the leaders board at 2 under. And suddenly again, it's brought so many others, Jack, into contention.
Well, that's right. I mean, it's that sort of golf course. As I said earlier, 70 would be a good score today. Birdies just aren't easy to come by here. And it's a question of keeping those bogeys and double bogeys off your scorecard. So here's Ozaki. Birdie putt at the 10th, this to give him a share of the lead.
Got it. Ozaki joins the leaders. He goes to 2 under. And have we got a contest here at Oak Hill? Strange is at 2 under. Ozaki is at 2 under. Kite is at 2 under. And 4 players chasing a stroke behind. We'll take a break and the action will continue shortly.
Oh, we'll have an answer in 10 minutes. I'm meeting him in Flight Deck.
Australians' brilliant new Flight Deck lounges. If you thought all flight clubs were the same.
You should see us now.
Here at the Hoover factory, the fabulous new range of Hoover fridges are being made. Now, quality control is a must, so reliable copper tubing is still used. Cabinet insulation is foamed in place to provide more storage space. And of course, Hoover fridges are made in Australia for Australians. The Hoover Orchid Collection, quality with more features. And now, here at Radio Rentals, you can rent to buy or pay cash for any of these fabulous fridges.
We'll be there when you need us.
Radio Rentals.
We'll be there. Just like it should be made.
Now with fuel injection, the fully imported Mitsubishi Lancer gives you the balance of power. Enough power to pass 6 Porsches.
More copying paper.
Choosing your copying paper is a reflex action because you can rely on reflex.
Nana, Dad said you'd be rich if you cashed in your telecom bonds.
Did he? Well, I'm not going to.
The new Telecom Bonds issue. Call into any Commonwealth Bank for a prospectus.
Time is money, Nana.
Time is precious, Ralphie.
Friday night, a dilemma for Rose.
I can't decide whether to be the front end or the rear end.
Can Sophia provide the answer?
I'm going to let that golden opportunity pass right by.
And a new friend for Dorothy.
Something about her I don't like. Me too. I find her hard to talk to. Me too. She thinks I'm dumb. Me too.
Then Harry's made Man of the Year.
I want to come.
You wouldn't have any fun, Charlie. It's for grown-ups.
And his father comes to visit.
If you want to know if you're illegitimate, yes.
The Golden Girls and Empty Nest, Friday on 7.
Welcome back to an intriguing day's play here in the final round of the US Open. At the moment, we have 3 players heading the leaderboard at 2 under par. And of course, unlike other majors, Jack, should we have 2 or more tied at the end of today, it will not be sudden death. We will have another 18 holes, and then if they're still tied, it will become sudden death.
Yes, I think for such a prestigious tournament as the US Open, it's the right play. But these days, with such an international field, international television, all the other majors have decided to go to either sudden death or a 3-hole playoff. Now this is Chip Beck, who's currently at 2 under for the round, 1 under for the championship. Remember, that's just 1 behind. And that's the 13th hole, the par 5.
And while what's been happening on top of the leaders board brings a lot into play, one person that is not affecting is Greg Norman. The news is not good out there for Greg. He has double bogeyed 14, 15, 16, and is 9 over for the championship. So disappointment again for Greg. So we go back to Scott Simpson.
Well, once again, he's missed the fairway at the 9th. Can he get enough club on the ball to reach the green in 2 shots? So Simpson unexplainably getting wild from the tee.
Up to the 11th, the waterfall hole, 192-yard par 3, Jumbo Ozaki. Joint leader. Has a steady record on this hole, has gone par, par, par.
This hole playing pretty tough today, back into a left to right breeze. Players will be going in there with 2 and 3 iron.
Second shot of Larry Nelson on 10. Nelson currently 1 under.
Another fine iron shot from Larry Nelson. This 10th hole really played tough this week. 4.314 it's averaged, and the 3rd most difficult hole on the course. Strange in the left rough. Well, a big dollop of mud on the ball there. You could see perhaps stopping that second shot reaching the green.
Back to the 9th, Tom Kite. He is 3 over for the day. So looking to emulate the feat of Lee Trevino could be a big ask at this stage, Jack.
Yeah, I think we can forget about that statistic for the moment. And of course, the problem, these 2 players, conversely, as we were saying earlier, when you get 2 players playing well, they can sort of drag the best out of one another. Here we have the classic case of the opposite happening. Kite and Simpson both 3 over par and really struggling, and that has an adverse effect. Kite, second shot to the 9th.
Turn over, baby. Keep turning. Keep turning.
Good shot from Kite.
Up ahead to the 13th, and on the 13th green is Chip Beck, and you can see why we're here, because he is shot behind the lead and a big chance of closing in on them and taking a share of it. Paul Azinger is 1 over. Nick Faldo came into this event as a favourite, 5 over. Steve Elkington, great performance, a 68 today. He is 6 over for the championship, 6 over in his first US Open.
Chip Beck playing with Ian Woosnam, who both still have a chance to win here. Worson's even par, 1 under for the round, and Chip Beck 2 under, 1 under for the championship.
Third shot now for Simpson on 9.
Curtis Strange just off the putting surface here at the 10th, but electing to use the putter. See that big dollop of mud on the ball there.
Is Jumbo Ozaki. This too is a birdie putt. It's long, but if he gets it, he's got the lead. It'll be short. Up on 18, reigning Masters champion, Nick Faldo. But not a happy day for him. So the Grand Slam dream has come to an end for this year. As we said, he was 5 over for the championship.
This putt should swing a little bit from Kite's right to left, uphill. And give it a good solid wrap. Left himself for the same putt that Scott Simpson, same type of putt that we saw Scott Simpson miss at the previous hole.
Short time ago, this was Larry Nelson on 10. Birdie putt. He misses snaring a share of the lead. Macumber in the rough on the left-hand side. Back to the 10th. Curtis Strange. Another par. There's a big putt for Scott Simpson, Jack. Big putt.
This to say par. Not to be. And those greens are really starting to get the glassy look about them, and seen a lot of putts now starting to slip that metre and a half beyond the cup.
Ozaki also for par, but on 11.
Simpson, who's already going to drop at least 1 shot here, and he's 3 over par. This for bogey. So a disastrous front 9 for Scott Simpson. 39 shots back to even par for the championship.
And while that was happening, this was Larry Nelson for par to remain at 1 under.
Well, Larry Nelson, who's playing very well, I just can't imagine him winning the way he's putting. He just can't get the ball in. striking the ball well enough. Difficult little left to right of this one for Kite so far at the ninth.
So the greens here at Oak Hill are taking their toll on this final round of the US Open. We'll just leave Curtis for a moment and go to the 12th and Ozaki. 372-yard par 4, the leading Oak hole.
Back to the 11th, 192-yard par 3, tee shot. Come on, Curtis Strange with a 3-iron.
Sit down, nice and safe, Curtis, sit down. Good shot, Curtis. All right.
If you may have just joined us, there is the leaderboard, the top dozen or so. Scott Simpson dropping out of contention at the moment. So too Larry Nelson. They have both had their problems. Oh, Jack, we're not allowed out, but by gee, it looks good, doesn't it?
It certainly does.
Well, we'll just take the break and come back shortly again, hungry.
Oh, we'll have an answer in 10 minutes. I'm meeting him in Flight Deck.
Australians' brilliant new flight deck lounges. If you thought all fight clubs were the same.
You should see us now.
When you plan an overseas holiday, there's the odd thing to look out for. Traveller's checks, for instance. Most banks offer you traveller's checks, then ask you to pay commission. But one bank has a travel service which first books your holiday, then lets you buy traveller's checks and save because you don't pay any commission. Which bank?
You can't afford the latest new car. Here's why. In as little as 1 year, your warranty cover vanishes. And you can't afford a bomb either, because after just 3 months, your warranty cover just falls in a heap. The only thing you can afford is a better than new car from Medindi Car Sales, because all of our cars come with a standard 4-year Australia-wide unlimited kilometre mechanical warranty. And with every Medindi better than new car, you'll save thousands on the price of a new Holden, Ford, Toyota, Nissan, Mazda, Mitsubishi, or BMW. Medindi Car Sales for better than new cars.
A rollover fund with no upfront fees.
Yeah.
With real guarantees.
Yep.
At a good return.
Yeah.
And it's AMP.
Yeah.
You just talked me into it, mate.
For advice on rollovers, call AMP today.
A family breakup.
I had no one to turn to. Nobody had listened.
The distraught wife.
I miss my little girl.
The questions.
I don't want to talk about it.
The conflicting stories.
You wouldn't lie to me about something like this, would you?
A strange attraction.
Good girl.
A confused mind.
Oh, please don't do that.
An innocent victim.
Didn't Chris ring to tell you I was coming?
The abduction.
She's taken my daughter.
Still Australia's best-loved drama. A Country Practice, 7:30 tonight on 7.
We are back, but the Shark is not in contention. As we go back to Tom Kite, he's at the 10th tee. 432-yard par 4. And Jack.
It's just unbelievable, Sandy, because Simpson and Kite are renowned for their straight hitting, and we've seen both of them in all sorts of problems this front nine. And Kite in trouble again here at the 10th. Now Ian Woosnam, who still has some sort of chance, he's 1 under for the round, even for the championship, and just 2 from the lead. And he's playing with Chip Beck, who is very much in contention, 2 under and 1 under.
Look at that.
Just didn't get the ball up over that tier.
Ozaki now. Second shot to the 12th.
23 paces on and 5 from the left, the pin here. Another fine shot from Ozaki. Settle, steady, woo. Look at that ball. Hasn't stopped yet. No. There it goes, down the slope.
So a bit of a spring in the step of Jumbo Ozaki. He is no doubt fully aware of the situation. Leading in this 89th US Open, and he may be a popular figure in Japan, Jack, but by gee, he's popular out here too. The galleries here at Oak Hill have responded very warmly to him.
He's a very colourful personality. I mean, and the way he plays the game, that's what people want to see. He stands up and gives it a belt from the tee. He takes chances. And I think that's what the average person that comes to watch golf wants to see. They want to see birdies. They want to see players take risks. And Tom Kite is not the sort of person that I would rush out to watch play a golf tournament, because while he's an excellent player, he's a very conservative type player. Puts the ball down the fairway on the green, and it becomes all a bit mundane.
He's got his second to the 10th, but while we wait for him, we go forward to 18.
Greg Norman just off the green to the right. Hello. Bingo. Norman chips one in at the last for a birdie.
Well, at last, some good news for Greg Norman. Who will finish 9 over for the championship and 6 over for the day.
Disappointing performance from Norman. Scott Simpson, second shot to the 10th. Can he get back on track? Five-iron shot. Just on the back edge of the green, I think. Now, a good shot from behind, and Pat Wellshaw down there. It looks like he's got to hit a big roping hook round the overhanging branches.
He does. He's got a little bit of room to get it up. Jack, he's about 170, but it is playing downwind. That's what happened to Scott Simpson's ball. He got it to the green, but couldn't stop it. So just up my lip of the buck. He's got it over the trees. It looks all right. Now, it depends on what sort of kick he gets here. That's not too bad, Jack. You'd have to be happy with that from there.
Good recovery from Kite. There's his ball, some 5 or 6 paces short of the green.
Well, Chip Beck belongs to that bowl. He's on the 14th, but he had to chip off the 15th tee.
We don't know too much about this fella in Australia, but I can tell you Chip Beck was second on the money list last year in the United States, only to Curtis Strange, and he won $916,800, Chip Beck. So he can, to use a golfing slang term, golf his ball. Ozaki, birdie putt to take the lead.
Curtis Strange also has a birdie chance. This would give him outright leadership. 2 under.
Coming up the slope, Sandy, so he can afford to give this a good solid rap. Never started the ball on line. It was always to the left.
So dare we say it, another par for Curtis Strange. Curtis should tap in for par. At 11, he does, and remains at 2 under. Well, back on 10, Tom Kite is about to play his third, and short of the green. Well, there was nothing wrong with his start, Jack, but after that, he has struggled.
Yeah, that's 7 at the 5th. Really threw the tournament wide open. He just can't seem to get himself set. Things starting to distract him, and that's a sure sign that the pressure of the occasion getting to him, and you just heard him say to his caddy, I don't like this at all. And by that, he's referring to the club. Of course, from this position, the players have probably, the players of this caliber have got 2 or 3 options. Now, unbelievably, he's put the lofted club back, and he's going to play a chip and run type shot, which looks like a 6 or a 7 iron.
And we can tell you that Jumbo Ozaki tapped in on 12 for par to remain at 2 under. Up ahead on 14, Chip Beck needing this for par to remain at 1 under.
Seems to be a case at the moment of who can hang on. Everybody's having their problems, and from Tom Kite's point of view, he should realise that he's not the only one having problems.
So Beck for par. And a great putt. He stays at 1 under. Well, if you're looking at players that have been solid today, you've got to look at Curtis Strange, Jeff.
It's either going to go one way or the other for Strange. On a day like this that he's having, where he hasn't had a birdie in 28 holes?
At least.
29 holes.
Yeah.
18 yesterday and 11 today. It'll either go one way or the other. He'll either get a couple of birdies on the way back.
Well, this is unbelievable. I thought we'd had enough rain, but a sprinkler has gone out of control. And up come the umbrellas. Oh, dear.
It's all happening at Oak Hill, isn't it? After all the rain we've had.
Fred Couples is saying, look, do you want a shower? Well, you've got one. Okay, back to the action. Tom Kite needing this for par on 10. Oh, he's missed that.
Oof.
So Tom Kite loses a share of the lead. And who would have believed not long ago he had a 3-shot lead. You couldn't see Ozaki. Strange was there but couldn't find birdies. Now Strange and Ozaki have the lead on their own. A drop shot for Tom Kite. He moves back to 1 under as we check the leaderboard. Strange and Ozaki at 2 under. Kite, Beck, Macumber at 1 under. And Macumber hanging in there well. So there are plenty of stories to be had here at Oak Hill, and these gentlemen in the press room are doing their best to get them out.
There is one part of an aircraft that other airlines simply don't have. To people who fly regularly, it's a rather important part. It's the small section towards the front of the plane where business people can relax, catch up on work, or prepare for the meetings ahead. It's called business class, and in Australia, only Australian has it. If you thought all airlines were much the same,
You should see us now.
How would you like to play your best golf all the time? You can with the right clubs to suit your size, your shape and your ability to suit you exactly at Golfcraft in Henley Beach Road just over the bridge, where you'll see the biggest range of clubs in Adelaide. And our experts will make sure you get exactly what you need. Also, you'll see the biggest array of bags, buggies, shoes, rainwear, all golf accessories, all at super competitive prices. So for your best golf, see the specialists. Golfcraft, 45 Henley Beach Road, Mile End, just over the bridge.
It's big, it's complicated, and Westpac's financing it.
The largest unmined zinc deposit in the world today.
And also I need to know
How big this ship is?
$100 million.
$1,000. That's no chicken feed, eh?
Well, come on, someone had to pay for it.
Decreasing the borrowing costs.
Digging the holes is easy. Finance.
That's always the problem.
Why can't I build a hotel here, I said?
Finance.
That's what it all comes down to.
Down to Westpac, 24 hours a day around the clock.
Westpac come up with the idea.
Financial engineering.
But let me tell you about
This ship. Computers.
hotels, tunnels, bridges.
Westpac have got so many specialists. But international reputation. Way ahead of their time.
Is Alaska always this cold? Just ask the Swiss.
French.
Americans?
Taiwanese.
Hard work. Hard work.
Westpac.
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 In a word, innovative.
Yes, the Maverick Furniture Factory, still making furniture just like it should be made.
Congratulations, Mrs. Owens. I'm your new housekeeper.
Suave, unruffled, unflappable. It has to be Mr. Belvedere.
Belvedere.
When? That's a girl's name.
A difficult birth, I take it.
A classic butler, cook, consultant, counselor, and instructor.
I'm gonna run over a nun, I just know it.
He's irreplaceable.
So you want to stay or what?
8 o'clock Wednesday after Hey Dad, meet Mr. Belvedere.
They're damn lucky to have me.
Then enjoy Mr. Belvedere every day, Monday to Friday at 5:30.
Left is 5 left.
We are back with one of our leaders, Curtis Strange, looking to win back-to-back championships.
8-iron shot, Sandy. The pin back left. Come on, right. Beautiful shot. Larry Nelson's score also there. So at the moment, it's Strange and Ozaki in the lead. Curtis Strange trying to do something that hasn't been done since 50-51 when Ben Hogan won back-to-back US Opens.
Here's the 11th. 192-yard par 3. Tom Kite seeing a 3-stroke outright lead disappear. He trails by 1. Four iron for Tom Kite. Just a few moments ago, on the par 3 15th. This was Chip Beck. Good round going today. 2 under for the day, 1 under for the championship.
15th, 177 yards. The pin today, 22 on and just 6 from the left. And a fine shot from Chip Beck. Look how much slope there is on that green from left to right.
Mark Macumber also well in contention as this relatively short par putt. To remain at 1 under. Well,
everything's happening out here today, Sandy. Seeing players do things that you would only see happen in a major championship, and in particular a US Open.
So, Mark Macumber perhaps succumbing to the pressure. The question is, will Jumbo Ozaki? He leads with Curtis Strange. Both players at 2 under.
Jumbo with his 3rd shot to the par 5 13th. Don't forget he's playing up ahead of these other players, so if he can get in and post a score, the others will have to shoot at it. Another good shot from Ozaki.
Curtis Strange now on 12. This for outright leadership and his first birdie in 30 holes.
It's just unbelievable to think that he or Larry Nelson just have not got anything in the hole. Curtis has made a couple of nice putts for pars, but he just doesn't seem to be able to get a read on the birdie putts.
Scott Simpson finding trouble. Tom Pernice is hanging in there, Jack. He is currently even with Macumber and Simpson. By gee, there's been some action on this leaderboard. Paul Azinger is 1 over. Ian Woosnam is also 1 over. And this was Woosnam's birdie attempt at 15 just moments ago. He's currently 1 over.
Big swing from right to left. And Woozy gets one.
At last. Well, that's brought him back from the dead because he is now even par. We're back live now with Chip Beck, who's playing with Ian Woosnam. Well, should
significant group, this, as I said earlier,
yeah,
Sandy, because both of these players have very real chances of winning. And between Woosnam, Chip Beck and Ozaki, who are a couple of holes in front of the others.
Well, he's got this for a share of the lead. So par for Chip Beck. He remains at 1 under. This is the 11th. The ups and downs of Tom Kite continue. This for a birdie. Just a third of a metre putt for par for Tom Kite. But he now finds himself playing catch-up golf after surrendering a 3-stroke lead. Jumbo has this putt for outright leadership.
Now this green slopes viciously from back to front. And the pin, as you can see, very much towards the front of the green. So this putt for Ozaki should bend from his right to left. This for the lead for Ozaki.
Well, he can smile. Slow shake of the head. Jumbo will retain a share of the lead. He is 2 under and will be back to continue this battle shortly.
He forced open the rear door of a commercial airliner. Buffeted by winds of 300 kilometers an hour, he stood briefly in the stairwell before leaping into the unknown. On Unsolved Mysteries, witness the most baffling case of the century.
We have a hijack in progress.
He parachuted into a wilderness with a fortune in ransom money, but he left a tantalizing trail of clues behind. The riveting story of the world's most dangerous hijack in Unsolved Mysteries. Thursday, 9:30, right after Fast Forward on 7.
Leather is so reasonable at Decorator Warehouse.
Decorator Warehouse.
We could be accused of fiddling prices.
Decorator Warehouse. Stunning designs. Decorator Warehouse. In leather so fine.
The simple truth is, when you have the largest range of quality leather, you can afford the biggest savings. Decorator Warehouse, 144 Unley Road or Under the Vines, 103 Melbourne Street. The leaders in leather, no strings attached.
Isn't it great?
Oh, sure. Where's the army?
Oh, come on. Where's your imagination? Look. How about this? Now for some real magic.
Oh, that's great. But what about...
Curved, maybe?
No.
I know. Beveled edges. In cream? Or red?
No. Burnished. Ah, now that's it. And another rock garden.
No, not those trees. Eucalypts.
Oh, you're hard to please. Make your yard beautiful with New Brick, the great range of Hallett pavers.
I don't believe you. Darling, I swear it talked to me. It said, "This is your last chance, Dave. Buy me now will be forever boring."
But how are we going to get anywhere if everything you want starts talking to you?
We've made our investments. We have our telecom box.
For how long? You'd cash them in as soon as look at them.
Unfair. They were my idea in the first place. Besides, they're our security. They are our future.
What about today?
Today we have a new sports car. Sun on your face, wind in your hair.
So I'll be driving it.
More copying paper.
Choosing your copying paper is a reflex action because you can rely on reflex.
Welcome back. We're on the 12th with Tom Kite, the leaning oak hole, 372-yard par 4. Tom Kite, of course, coming from Austin in Texas, and his father is down there, and his longtime coach, Harvey Pinnock, who coached Tom as a youngster along with Ben Crenshaw. There they are in Austin, Texas, and let's hear from Jim Mackay talking with these two gentlemen.
There, very close.
Well, he could do it all right, but things are not going exactly as I would like for him to have gone all right.
On Father's Day, do thoughts of his boyhood and when he started playing this game come to you?
Yes, sure do.
How about you, Mr. Pinnock? You remember the first time you taught that boy?
First time, yeah, I sure do. Tommy started out up around Dallas, but what I remember him just as a young boy.
Well, what would
a lot of talent.
What would you say to Tom Kite today, right now, at this minute? What should he do?
Oh, I tell you, he just got to have confidence in that new putting stroke. If he can do that, I'm sure I have a lot of confidence that he'll come through all right.
I mean, first time you gave him a lesson, did you see some promise in this little kid?
Well, the last time he was here, I worked with his sand trap. And one of these, he got down in one putt, which I think was good.
Mr. Kite, when did you first feel ambition for your boy, that he might be this good?
I never did until he turned pro.
Oh, yeah? Huh?
Actually, I didn't want him to turn pro. He had other possibilities of going into other traits, and I felt like a professional golfer has an awful hard time. So he surprised me all the way through.
Okay.
But I'm delighted he did turn pro.
Well, he's having a hard time today, too, but he's a fighter, and nice talking to you.
Thank you.
Yes, good to hear from Tom Kite Sr. and Harvey Pinnock, his longtime coach. And this is the man they've been talking about, Tom Kite Jr.
Six iron for Tom Kite.
You're right, baby. You're right.
Now Jumbo Ozaki on the 14. 323-yard par 4, known as Bunker Hill.
Oh, Jumbo's carved that to the right, and he could be in big trouble there.
Scott Simpson now, second shot to the 12. 2 shots off the pace. But a great shot. Birdie chance there for Scott Simpson.
Just a few moments ago, this is Chip Beck, who is just one behind, and this is his second shot to the 16th.
Get up. Hit hard, baby.
You see the breeze right to left and behind. Good shot for Chip Beck, but well, not really a putt that you'd call birdie chance. Now, can Ian Woosden from Wales get a couple of birdies, or more importantly, hold a couple of putts? That's all he needs. This is his second shot to the 16th.
Get up. Damn it.
Just looked to lose that a little bit to the right on the wind, and that's the reason it came up short.
Now we saw Jumbo try and let one go. A quick wipe of the brow. And he's in a spot of bother on 14.
Well, the lie looks pretty good. Now, the green is up there. So Ozaki seemingly has no shot at all unless he tries to perhaps put it in the right-hand bunker. Well, here he is. He's going to have a go at it.
Meanwhile, on 12, Tom Kite. A chance for a birdie. There's a shot off the pace.
Now, losing the lead, Sandy, may have a positive effect in reverse, if you like, because now he's lost the lead. The last 2 swings he's made, I think, have been the 2 best swings he's made all day. now that his lead's been taken away, it may just mean that Kite will forget about all the other nonsense and get on with playing his own game. And if he could get this in...
There you go.
Is Curtis Strange. The Hill of Fame. And Pat, you're out there with him. And he looks to be in slightly better sorts than he was yesterday.
Sandy, yes, he's been striding very freely along the fairways. He's got a long shot here. This hole is playing very tough. It's into the breeze. He's got something like a 5-iron in his hand. Larry Nelson's already played and is in the front left-hand trap. So 5-iron third shot into the par 5. He's going for the centre of the green, a little right. You can see the results, Sandy, better than I can.
Well, safely on the putting surface, but a downhill right to left putt for birdie. Not one you'd expect him to make.
Curtis Strange and Jumbo Ozaki lead from Tom Kite and chip back by 1 stroke. Stroke further back, Simpson, Woosnam and Macumber. Here's back for birdie, not to be. So that for par to remain at 1 under. Now Mark Macumber, he's still in contention.
And 15th, 177 yards, water on the right, as you can see. And a very difficult green. Macumber just 2 from the lead. 6-iron shot for him.
Come on, baby.
Needed another club. As you can see, that breeze quite gusty back into the players' faces. Scott Simpson gets a birdie to resurrect his chances. As Pat Walsh told you, this long par 5 playing straight back into the breeze.
Just a little left.
And Simpson once again missing the fairway. There's the shot the players see. Allen's Creek down there in the distance, about the middle of your screen. That's 300 yards to reach that, so back into this breeze, no chance of reaching it. One right, one left. Simpson in the right rough, Kite in the left rough. And a lot will depend on their lies, because Curtis Strange hit 2 good shots and had a 5-iron left for his 3rd shot. So the lies in the rough will be absolutely vital.
Curtis Strange ahead up on the green, as we saw.
Away on the left, both right and left rough.
After his 3rd shot, but he could take the lead here.
And that
Jumbo is in trouble on 14.
So you think he could?
I think he could.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
So he should get.
So he gets
Yeah.
3 weeks.
Yeah.
Listening to officials now.
Played a miracle shot from over the bat.
We'll let him sort that out because this is Strange for outright leadership.
Big swing from right to left on this putt for Strange, and very quick the last third of its trip.
So it's now what, 31 holes without a birdie for Strange?
18 yesterday and 13 today, yeah. He may do what, remember last year, Nick Faldo had, I think, 18 pars from memory.
Yes.
To get into the playoff. Now what's happened here is Jumbo's played a miracle shot from up against that tree from the fairway, and the ball's gone over the back underneath the television tower, so he gets relief. That's not a penalty. But now, look at the shot he has left. Got to carry it up over that bank.
I know it. I'd like to keep it tight. Thank you.
And not a lot of green to work with.
While we're waiting for Zaki, we'll go to the second shot of Tom Kite at 13. He's one off the lead.
Just past the guy's coat. Get the coat and stop.
I think that ball just trickled along the ground left. I don't think it even made the creek, Sandy. Now look at this shot of Zaki. Needs a super effort from him here. Now that'll roll all the way back down to the front of the green.
There he sees it as we go back to Curtis Strange now. This for par to retain a share of the lead. He gets it. Strange is 2 under par.
And there's a great big leaderboard behind this green. You can just see Curtis have a glance up at it.
I would imagine, Jack, it would be an amazing feeling for a defending champion to look up there and say, heck, I'm in here with a big chance again. Incredible stuff. And of course, you're seeing it all on the Australian television network with Strange and Ozaki leading by 1 shot. Here is Chip Beck. He's not out of contention.
Come on, baby. Eat him up, darling. Eat him up. Eat him up.
Well, great shot from Chip Beck at this difficult par 4 17th. If he could get that in and get 4 at the last, the others would have to beat him.
Now, Ozaki, he needs this
putt for par, but it's done pretty well to get where he is after his trials and tribulations. And this 14th hole, although it's only 323 yards, has really caused its share of problems this week. There's a big tier which he has to negotiate, pin up on top of it.
Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Great effort.
So that will leave Curtis Strange outright leader. steps up to the 14th tee. And he'd dearly love to do what he did in the second round on this hole.
Most of the players take an iron from the tee here because there's just no value in hitting the wood, and not a long hole, so it's just a 2-iron and perhaps a 9-iron or even a wedge second shot, but you must get the ball on the fairway.
Strange safely away on 14. He has 5 to play. The defending champion leads by 1 shot from Kite, Beck, Simpson, Ozaki. And this is what they are playing for. The trophy that goes to the national champion here in the United States. We'll take a break to see if Strange can make it back-to-back wins shortly.
I don't know, Jono. Have a look at this. The car's got a whole computer system that actually tells you what's wrong with it. And those backyard boys, I think it's just a question of changing a couple of these, I don't know. Unbelievable.
Yeah, you better look at the distributor cap. Could be cracked. It's probably non-genuine too.
Yeah, doing that.
Commodore's all finished. Have a listen to this.
Love it. A rollover fund with no upfront fees.
Yeah.
With real guarantees.
Yep.
And a good return.
Yeah.
And it's AMP.
Yeah.
You just talked me into it, mate.
For advice on rollovers, call AMP today.
The Sleepy Hollow free base offer is now on at all 3 stores. Buy this Sealy Posturepedic mattress and the base is free. Buy this Lullaby mattress and the base is free. Buy this Sleepmaker mattress and the base is free. Buy this Simmons mattress and yes, the base is free. No risk of buying the wrong bed because at Sleepy Hollow you get the right advice, the right price and a free base too. Sleepy Hollow, Adelaide's very own bedding consultant. Ooh. Sleepy Hollow, Grenfell Street City, North East Road Valley View and South Road Clovelly Park.
Put yourself here, you'll be doing it too. Pinching yourself to be sure it's true. Too good to be true, Mirage. Too good to be true, Mirage. This is too good to be true. To see, they say, is to believe, but this has got me looking twice. Could this be the Tropic of Paradise? Too good to be true, Mirage. Too good to be true, Mirage. This is too good to be true.
We have our telecom bonds.
For how long? You'd cash them in as soon as look at them.
Unfair.
The new telecom bonds issue. Call into any Commonwealth Bank for a prospectus.
Besides, they're our security. They are our future.
They are coming to 7, the biggest movies of the year.
Has Rocky finally met his match? Sylvester Stallone is back in Rocky 4.
And so is Roger Moore as James Bond with Grace Jones in A View to a Kill.
Kelly McGillis and Timothy Hutton star in a romance made in heaven.
The Aussie war masterpiece, The Mighty Horseman.
A comedy that's out of this world. Mannequin.
Bette Midler and Shelley Long are chasing an outrageous fortune.
The big movies are right here soon.
Only on 7.
Here's the leader of the US Open for this year. It's defending champion Curtis Strange. A wedge for his second to the 14th.
At least he's got it on the top tier, Sandy, and good chance at a birdie.
Now, while we're away, Jack, is Jumbo Ozaki on 15, the par 3, 177 yards.
Whew. It's a very friendly bounce. Bounced up the hill. Jumbo coming off a bogey at the 14th. As we go now to the 17th and a very, very important putt for Chip Beck. This for birdie, and this would get him a share of the lead.
Now, Tom Kite has had his problems on 13. Well, he needs this for
his
par.
second, Sandy, didn't he? And this is, in fact, his 5th shot.
Brave attempt. Now we saw Ozaki's tee shot and that friendly uphill bounce. Here's his second to the 15th. He's certainly giving it to them, Jack.
Yeah, they love it. I think the 14th typified the way Jumbo plays golf. Most players would have just chipped that out. But not Jumbo. He had a slash at it and was a little unlucky, in fact, to go over the back.
Now, Scott Simpson in the background has a chance of a share of the lead here. Not much can happen at this stage on the leaderboard there, but for the top 6 or 7 players, still anything can happen here at Oak Hill. This a very important putt.
Almost the same putt Ozaki had just 15 or 20 minutes ago. Will swing from right to left.
Short time ago, Larry Nelson at the 14th. He's currently 1 over. Not successful in that birdie attempt.
He really didn't do very well.
So coming to the last, Chip Beck.
Way up ahead, yeah. Needs a 4 to give himself a chance. And that's a perfect tee shot.
Go get him, Chip.
Second shot at the 16th from just off the fairway on the left. Oh, and a beautiful shot from Macumba.
Kite on 13. Oh dear. Tom Kite Sr. watching in Austin, Texas. Anxiously wanting his son.
Well, that's the end of Tom Kite. That's a 7. So he's had a triple bogey and a double bogey. He's don't think he can win now.
Curtis Strange. Getting to the stage where it's asking a bit too much to ask Curtis for a birdie.
Okay, Curtis.
He continues to lead. He is 2 under par, but his lead is only 1.
He's worn out.
People are flying Australian Airlines than ever before.
Because our new flight deck lounges are simply first class.
Because our customer services program means that we know what you want.
So, if you haven't changed to Australian yet,
You should see us now.
Oh, you should see us now. Look at the way we fly. We're lifting up our tails and heading for the sky. So we'd like to show you how Australians done it. You should see us. Come on and try us. You should see us. Come on and fly us. 'Cause you should see us now.
There is a clear distinction between the best in the world and others. Mercedes multi-link suspension sets new standards. The ABS computer maximizes braking control. The application of advanced aerodynamic principles always keeps the side windows clear of water. And the tail lights clear of dust and dirt. The entire car can be lifted by the strength of its door locks. And the body is a rigid steel safety cell. These are automobiles so technologically advanced, you are barely aware of the technology. Mercedes-Benz, engineered like no other car.
People said he was mad,
Tell him he is a dangerous man.
but to his kids, he was a hero.
Father's a genius.
The brilliant inventor with a dream to start a new life for his family, far away from civilization. From Australia's Peter Weir, who brought you Witness and Picnic at Hanging Rock, comes the unforgettable saga of a family. Harrison Ford, River Phoenix.
Cannot go back.
Sharp presents Mosquito Coast, tonight 8:30 on 7.
You're looking at Sarah Strange, who has been through all this just last year in Brookline, Massachusetts. Watching husband Curtis on 15. He
Just heard a
holds.
lip read 7 there, Sandy, I think. That meant Kite making 7. Kite, really, I think no chance of winning out. Strange, 4-iron shot to the 15th.
177 yards. And to the light rough in the left. On 16, this is Mark Macumber. Birdie putt. He's currently even, so this to go 1 under and just a stroke behind Strange. He gets it.
Well, this sort of finish, Sandy, it's tough on the players, the wives, and the commentators, isn't it?
Well, it's an amazing finish. We're on the 18th now with Chip Beck. He's in contention. He's 1 under, a shot behind. This is his second to the 18th. And down in the valley. Or
Just
to
got on the front edge, I
just on
think,
the front.
Sandy.
Well, he's lucky.
And Jumbo, who's carved a couple of shots to the right. 14th and the 16th again here. Usually when he does that, he stays on his right leg. He doesn't get his weight back to the left side, and subsequently the club face is left open and the ball gets pushed to the right.
Ozaki only played in a US Open once. That was back in '87 when he tied for 17th place. But he's a golfer that does have a real go.
Little branch just in his backswing that's causing him problems.
Get it out. Get out.
Get out.
I don't think he was too happy with that, Jack.
I think it hit the tree up ahead and took all the sting off it.
Now, Mark Macumber is on the 17th. He's a shot behind Curtis Strange.
Tough shot for him because the wind's left to right and he shapes the ball from left to right.
That's as good as I can hit it, Chico.
And you just heard him say that's as good as I can hit it. So he's pumped up.
458 yards, par 4. It's the Twin Tees hole, 17. We'll go ahead to 18. Tremendous drama here at Oak Hill. Chip Beck has this for a share of the lead. And Jack, if you're a bookmaker, and I'm not suggesting for a moment that you are, what odds would you be giving on a playoff at this point?
Well, considering the finishing holes, bogeys are easy to come by, birdies aren't. I think if Chip Beck holds this, the worst he'll do is be in a playoff.
Sadly, he cannot. It looked as though, as Jack said, Ozaki hit a tree. This will be his third now to the 16th.
Oh, great recovery.
He's got out of some trouble, hasn't he?
It's a tall order to ask him to birdie one of the last two, but with his tremendous length from the tee, 17 and 18 won't hold the terrace for Ozaki that it would for, say, a Tom Kite or a Scott Simpson, who aren't renowned long hitters.
Here is Simpson, his second to the 14th. Now, that also struck the timber.
Once again, this little short par 4.
Where's he? He's coming back at last. A birdie putt, and he is pumped up.
It gets him to 1 under.
So it could be a waiting game in the clubhouse. A final round 68 for Ian Woosnam.
So both Chip Beck and Ian Woosnam rounds of 68 today. And look at this leaderboard.
Chip Beck has got to sit there and wait. Ian Woosnam must sit and wait. Scott Simpson has 5 to play. And what drama is unfolding here at the Oak Hill Country Club? We'll be back to see who can take out the US Open after this break.
That's what I'm getting, mate. New Commodore, white with a V8. Big new 5-litre fuel-injected V8. Fantastic.
What, you're getting a bigger boat, are you?
No.
Well, do you need a V8?
No.
Why bother getting one?
Why not?
Dad, I'm sick of drying dishes.
Me too.
We could buy Mum a dishwasher,
Yes, but they're expensive.
but Radio Rentals have a rental plan.
Sound just like your mother. Well, which one do you want, a Vulcan Dishlex or a Simpson?
Won't Mum be surprised?
Hello. Now, what are you up to?
Nothing, just looking.
All right, I'll see you shortly.
Why did you bring me here?
Because they know dishwashers.
Who?
Radio Rentals.
No one's far from anyone anymore.
Pronto, Francesco.
Doctor, Chicago's on the line.
Doctor, we have 12 hours to confirm a compatible donor.
All right, we can probably get back to you on that in an hour.
Mayday! Mayday! Mayday!
No one's far from anyone anymore.
Romeo Echo Star, this is Sydney Radio. Please confirm position.
No one's far from anyone anymore.
Every picture, every message to and from Australia travels via OTC.
OTC.
Oh, congratulations.
No one's far from anyone
When you plan an overseas holiday, there's the odd thing to look out for. Traveler's checks, for instance. Most banks offer you traveler's checks, then ask you to pay commission. But one bank has a travel service which first books your holiday, then lets you buy traveler's checks and save because you don't pay any commission. Which bank? A family breakup.
I had no one to turn to. Nobody had listened.
The distraught wife.
I miss my little girl.
The questions.
I don't want to talk about it.
The conflicting stories.
You wouldn't lie to me about something like this, would you?
A strange attraction.
Good girl.
A confused mind.
Oh, please don't do that.
An innocent victim.
Didn't Chris ring to tell you I was coming?
The abduction.
She's taken my daughter.
Still Australia's best-loved drama. A Country Practice. 7:30 tonight on 7.
Welcome back to the closing stages of the US Open. This is Mark Macumber. He too is still in contention.
Very much in contention with that shot. He's 1 under and that for birdie.
Simpson for par, not to be.
Well, that's probably pretty much the end of his chances of winning, and he could probably get in a playoff with him.
Big putt this, Jack.
A must putt for Ozaki. This for par to stay at 1 under. Oh.
Well, not to be, but Ian Woosnam we saw complete a very good round. He is 1 under, and here he is speaking with Roger Twybull.
For the championship, great playing. Congratulations.
Thanks very much.
Double bogey at 9.
Yeah, I was going really nicely and had 160 yards to the flag, uphill into the wind, and hit a nice little 6-iron. The wind must have dropped us on it straight over the green.
Was that the biggest problem today, the uncertainty of the winds?
Yeah, did quite well. I managed to keep it low the hole most of the times, and, you know, I don't know what happened there. Some really tough pin positions, though.
18, you made the birdie there. Good shot. Big drive here at 18 for you, wasn't it?
Yeah, I wasn't holding back on that one. Driving a 9-iron up there.
A driver and a 9-iron at 18?
Yeah, just a little 9-iron. I didn't kill it.
That's very impressive indeed. On the tee at 17 is Jumbo Ozaki. What about the 17th hole today?
It's playing very tough because you can drive it through the fairway. You've got to hit a perfect little fade on the shot to keep it in the fairway. If you hit it down the left, it could just run into the left-hand rough.
So Ozaki, who is at even par right now, and 2 shots off the lead, walking down with J. Don Blake, a man who was in contention for the first 3 rounds. Ian, thank you very much. You're at 1 under, in good shape. Congratulations on a great open. Let's go back to Jack.
Yes, he will just have to wait, Ian Woosnam now. And
now, this
see
looks
what
a
they can do.
pretty innocuous little shot, this one, Sandy, but I can tell you it's a very difficult shot because of the break from left to right, as Curtis Strange sees it, right to left on your screen. This shot will break savagely to his right. Pretty good shot from where he was.
Yes, he'll have that for par. To hold on to a 1-stroke lead. Tom Pernice has had a very good event. He's got a birdie chance here on 17. Playing in only his 2nd US Open. He played his first in '86 and missed the cut.
Yes, rounds of 67, 75, 68. And he's just 1 over today. But the important thing is what his playing partner, Mark Macumber, does here. He's at 1 under, and he has a very good chance at a birdie 3 here at the difficult par 4 17th, which would get him into a tie, momentarily at any rate, with Curtis Strange, who's back on the 15th, struggling to save par.
There are many of the completed scores. Steve Elton, a great performance, 6 over. Greg Norman finishing 9 over with those double bogeys on 14, 15 and 16. putting paid to any chance that he may have had. But this is a big putt. He's 1 under for the day, Mark Macumber.
This for a birdie and a share of the lead, remember.
In the hole.
Oh, gee, it's hard to top a finish like this, Jack, isn't it?
Well, it's just a case of who can win, who can hang on and win.
Yeah.
And so far, Curtis Strange has done that beautifully, and you've got to take your hat off to him because he really has gutsed it out today. He's not made a single birdie in 32 holes. And he's not putted well, but today he's held a couple of putts this length to save par, but just doesn't seem to be able to get the birdie putts in. And this is no easy putt. So Strange with this putt to retain the lead at the 15th.
Pressure putt from the Virginian. He retains the lead. So forward to Mark Macumber. This for par on 17. And he gets it to remain 1 behind Curtis Strange. So just 3 to play for the leaders. Tremendous excitement and tremendous drama out on the course. Look at that leaderboard. 2 strokes separating the top 7 players. Can Curtis hang on? We shall find out shortly.
So, what's with the Lyland brothers? What happened to the wagon?
The Jackaroo was around the same price. With everything. Fuel injection, power steering, automatic if you want it.
Well, what are you going to do with the 4-wheel drive?
Kakadu, Fraser Island. Give you a drive.
Yeah, wouldn't mind.
How would you like to play your best golf all the time? You can with the right clubs to suit your size, your shape and your ability to suit you exactly at Golfcraft in Henley Beach Road just over the bridge, where you'll see the biggest range of clubs in Adelaide. And our experts will make sure you get exactly what you need. Also, you'll see the biggest array of bags, buggies, shoes, rainwear, all golf accessories, all at super competitive prices. So for your best golf, see the specialists. Golfcraft, 45 Henley Beach Road, Mile End, just over the bridge.
Leather is so reasonable at Decorator Warehouse.
Decorator Warehouse.
We could be accused of fiddling prices.
Decorator Warehouse. Stunning designs. Decorator Warehouse. In leather so fine.
The simple truth is, when you have the largest range of quality leather, you can afford the biggest savings. Decorator Warehouse, 144 Unley Road or Under the Vines, 103 Melbourne Street. The leaders in leather, no strings attached.
Oh my goodness! Somebody help, help!
Uh-oh! Looks like another job for Fredo!
Freddo's fantastic. And now there's new toffee-flavoured Freddo.
It's a case of no speaker to English.
Phone! 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 Phone!
Open all hours and a lower low from 7:30 Thursday.
Darren Hinch cares about the stories which affect South Australians. Mike Smithson heads the Adelaide Hinch team, which leaves no stone unturned. Hinch brought you the Mount Gambier timber worker who admitted to dumping deadly chemicals. Hinch also showed you at first hand the damage sewage is doing to the Port Lincoln seabed. In Adelaide, who else but Hinch?
Well, it's shades of the Brookline Country Club in Boston, Massachusetts, Jack Newton, here at Oak Hill.
Yes, it really is. And you only see players of this calibre do some of the things they've done today under the pressure cooker situation of a US Open. And we've seen players miss putts. We've seen players hit the ball inexplainably into the trees. Just totally out of character shots for one of the best players in the world. So the only thing you can put it down to is the pressure and the difficulty of the golf course.
Yes, it has been very tough.
Just to summarise the golf course, there are 10 par 4s here over 400 yards. 2 par 5s, 1 570, 1 594. So there just isn't any respite apart from 2 shortish par 4s on the back 9, 12, which is 372 yards, and 14, which is 323 yards. So it just gives you some indication that there really is no let up on the players. And once you get behind, like Tom Kite did today, you just can't make birdies to catch up. And Simpson and Kite really paying the penalty by getting away to bad starts.
And just repeating, as we go to Tom Kite on the par 3 15th, should there be a playoff tomorrow, you'll be seeing it all on the Australian television network. But at the moment, Strange leads.
That's going right.
And straight in. Well, that was just a short time ago while we were away. Now we're with Curtis Strange. The current leader. The gallery loves it. Ooh.
Beautiful shot from Strange at 16 and back to 15.
Simpson 2 off the lead.
Straight into the wind this hole today. 4-iron shot for Simpson. That's going left.
Well, those two have been incredible. It's one left, one right, one in the water, one in the trees. And just about for the entire round, they've battled each other to see who can, well, not produce the goods, but that's the pressure.
Third shot for Ozaki at the 17th. Two bad tee shots that cost Jumbo Ozaki dearly. The iron shot from 14 and the push drive at 16.
Pat Welsh, you're out there with Curtis, and I'd imagine he'd be starting to feel a little pumped up now, Pat.
It is, Sandy, tough shot this one because the ball's just dribbled to the edge of the fairway and it's lying against the short rough. Now, he's got a right to left breeze, so he can afford to start it right and bring it back to the flag. That's exactly what he's done with a 6-iron.
Tremendous shot. Tremendous shot by the defending champion.
That could well be the winning shot, Sandy. Surely he's due to hole a putt here in a moment, and if he were able to work that birdie putt in the hole, that'd give him a 2-shot cushion, and that would be just about shut the gate.
Well, there seems to be a bit of spring in his step now. It's one of the great performances in sport, if he can achieve it. Back-to-back national championships here in the United States, but it is not over yet. Mark McCumber way down there is still thinking, no doubt, of victory. And we can tell you that Jumbo Ozaki made his par at 17. McCumber this year.
I can't get any dry grass.
Looking for some dry grass, just to see what the wind's doing. best finishes. He finished 6th in the Kemper Open, the Players' Championship, and also the Phoenix Open. His best placing in an Open is tied for 8th. That was back in 1986.
And Sandy, this second shot should suit him. Let's see if we can hear what he's saying to his caddy. The reason I say that is because the wind is from left to right. Mark Macumber likes to work the ball from left to right, and the pin is cut on the right. So it's just a question of whether he can get the right club in his hand here, I think, because this shot should really suit Mark Macumber. He can start it at the middle of the green and just let his natural fade in the breeze work the ball back to the stick.
Oh, look at this. Look at this.
Almost an identical putt to the one Chip Beck had a couple of groups earlier. So he's given himself a chance.
But back on 16. Curtis Strange. If he can drop this. What would it be? 10 feet, Jack?
Yeah, it looks like 10, 12 feet. And the green is fairly flat. And if anything, he's coming slightly uphill, so he can give this a good solid wrap at the cup. This putt just about to shut the door on everyone else, and Sarah Strange, his very lovely wife, watching on very anxiously. She'd be saying to herself, come on, Curtis. Looking for his first birdie in 33 holes.
Get in the hole.
Yes. Yes! Strange leads by 2. And great joy in the Strange family at the moment. He moves to 3 under. And finally, the 33-hole run of outs comes to an end. Let's have a look at the reaction of wife Sarah. Going, yes. And she is delighted. Well, that's fantastic. Still a couple to play. But the leaderboard has taken on a very significant look for Curtis Strange. 2 to play. He leads by 2. Chip Beck has completed his round. Here he is with Roger Twybull.
He played awfully well today.
Very consistent, and I had a lot of opportunities at the end of my round, and I converted on 11 and 12, and I was really looking for a few more.
What about Curtis Strange now at 3 under, 2 shots ahead? What do you think your chances are at this time?
Well, I think that Curtis is a tough man to beat, and 17 and 18 are about playing as easy as they've played all week, to be honest with you. He hit a 6-iron in 18. It's playing very short, so I think he'll do just fine.
17's a pivotal hole for Curtis because he's played it 4 over the first 3 days. Congratulations. I know you're getting married next week, Chip. Good playing this week.
Thank you.
Okay, let's go back.
Yes, well done to Chip Beck.
Coming to the right.
Now, that's interesting, what he's done on this hole in the first 3 rounds, Jack.
Yes, this is absolutely a crunch tee shot for Curtis Strange, and we heard there Ian Wooston say the problem is the breeze is blowing left to right.
It's back right?
Yes, it is. And slightly helping. So if you take the safe route, which is the left half of the fairway, and hit it too strong, the wind doesn't affect it, you'll run out of fairway. So an absolutely vital tee shot here for Curtis Strange.
Currently leading by 2. Well, there's nothing wrong with that, Jack.
Position A1 plus, right in the mayor's office.
It's taken almost 72 holes to hear it. And it's good to see that the mayor's still in town.
Let's have a look at an aerial now of the 17th. 458 yards, and you can see it bends quite sharply to the right at the 250-yard mark. Trouble right because the fairway slopes right. And if you get on the wrong side of the little ridge which runs across the fairway, it kicks into the right-hand rough. Well trapped, left and right, and the pin today at 17, 25 paces on and just 7 from the right-hand side.
Let's just do a bit of reminiscing. Here's Lee Trevino back in 1968. This par putt. And what a beauty by Supermax, who was back here this year, but sadly for him, only for the first 2 rounds. Lee Trevino, of course, though, a big winner.
Interesting to notice on that tape just how much slower the greens were. If you took a backswing like that here this week, it'd be off the green.
To chip back up.
451 this hole is average this week, 4.51. So averaging over 4.5. But as Chip Beck said in his interview, 17 and 18 probably playing the easiest they have all week.
Well, Mark McCumber is looking for outright second spot.
This putt, really the only person who can change things now. I mean, if McCumber could hold this and get to 2 under, it wouldn't be inconceivable for Strange to bogey one of the last 2 holes, albeit that he's hit a perfect drive at 17. I think those fellas on 1 under can go and take their golf shoes off. I can't see them getting in a playoff. But McCumber, if he were able to get this in, will certainly keep Curtis Strange honest, at least over the last 2 holes. Caddy trying to encourage him there. This putt should just move a little from his left to right, particularly at the end.
Mark McCumber, 37 years old. Career earnings in excess of $2 million.
He did exactly the same. As we saw Chip Beck's putt some time ago, not giving the ball enough air to the left.
Back to the 16th. Scott Simpson out to play his second shot. He's got a 5-iron. He's currently 1 over, but 5 over for today. It's interesting, Jack, with Curtis, because he came into this championship saying that he's not swinging the club as well as he was at this time last year, but he's been pretty solid. Well, today is the classic example. He has been rock solid.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's the old story. You never count a champion out. And it's not been his brilliant golf, but I think it's been as good a round as under the circumstances you can play, remembering that he hasn't held anything apart from that birdie putt at 16. It's really been a case of tremendous patience displayed by Curtis Strange today. Second shot, 17, with a 5 iron.
Oh, and another beauty. So Strange looking to finish on a strong note. And he's saying, catch me if you can. Could this be history in the making? Back-to-back US Open victories. We'll find out when we return to Oak Hill.
That's what I'm getting, mate. New Commodore, white, with a V8. Big new 5-litre fuel-injected V8. Fantastic.
Lucky getting a bigger boat, are you?
No.
Well, do you need a V8?
No.
Why bother getting one?
Why not?
Nana, Dad said you'd be rich if you cashed in your telecom bonds.
Did he? Well, I'm not going to.
The new telecom bonds issue. Call into any Commonwealth bank for a prospectus.
Time is money, Nana.
Time is precious, Ralphie.
Put yourself here. You'll be doing it too. Pinching yourself to be sure it's true. Too good to be true, Mirage. Too good to be true, Mirage. This is too good to be true. To see, they say, is to believe, but this has got me looking twice. Could this be the Tropic of Paradise? Too good to be true, Mirage. Too good to be true, Mirage. This is too good to be true.
How would you like to play your best golf all the time? You can with the right clubs to suit your size, your shape and your ability to suit you exactly at Golfcraft in Henley Beach Road just over the bridge, where you'll see the biggest range of clubs in Adelaide. And our experts will make sure you get exactly what you need. Also, you'll see the biggest array of bags, buggies, shoes, rainwear, all golf accessories, all at super competitive prices. So for your best golf, see the specialists. Golfcraft, 45 Henley Beach Road, Mile End, just over the bridge.
How does the first home owner scheme work?
How quickly can you approve my loan?
I haven't saved with the State Bank. Can I still get a home loan?
Your bank, State Bank, has all the answers about home loans. Phone 231 7777 right now.
Rising interest rates are affecting everyone.
A bit short, isn't it, Kevin? It's worse than last week.
So Arthur steps up his latest money-making venture.
In that? What's wrong with it?
And guess who becomes cab driver to the Gentry?
I'm a respectable woman.
Oh, sorry, love. It's just I find you totally irresistible.
Although the dough's rolling in, the collateral has an annoying tendency to roll away.
One even mysteriously caught fire.
Minder.
People are watching this, you know.
9:30 Tuesday, only on 7.
Welcome back to Oak Hill. It was 1950 that Ben Hogan won a US Open, but he then backed up and did it again in 1951. The big question being asked here, can this man, Curtis Strange, emulate the feats of Ben Hogan? He is on target to do so. A leader by 2. And a chance to stretch that lead.
Well, he went 33 holes without getting one. Floodgates mainly open. But he holed the putt that really counted in 16.
Exactly right. 1 hole to play. He leads by 2. And wife Sarah anxious in the gallery. Just a few moments ago, this was Scott Simpson's birdie attempt at 16, but he is now 1 over. Looking good. And a great putt by Simpson. Well, here it is, Jack. the final hole, the 72nd for Curtis Strange. Take us through the 18.
Yeah, great hole, this final hole. And the big bunker on the right, the feature of the hole, 247 to the start of the bunker, 295 to carry it. The breeze today behind the players left to right. And then an elevated green, quite a narrow entrance and big slope from back to front.
Let's go back to 1956 and Kerry Middlecoff in 1956 playing his third shot. Look at that. That was in 56, and that putt gave Kerry Middlecoff victory in the US Open. Here at Oak Hill, 12 years later, Lee Trevino played his second shot. Now his third. And a beauty that enabled him to go on and beat Jack Nicklaus in 68. We're back live now in 1989 with Strange. Well, he couldn't have a better finish than he's got going at the moment, Jack.
Great tee shot. He's pumped up. He knows he's got a chance of doing something that, well, hasn't been done since Ben Hogan 39 years ago. So, great moment for the 34-year-old West Virginian.
Yes, our leaderboard will see him clear ahead of those who've completed: Chip Beck, Ian Woosnam, Mark McCumber. Steve Elkington is not there, but he had a very good day today. And after his round of 68, he spoke with Pat Welsh.
I don't know what to say about it. I just got off to a bad start and I kept hitting it in the rough. And, you know, this course just doesn't give up pars out of the rough. You got to lay it up or chip out.
I just watched you for a while yesterday on the front nine. You seem to be just a little quick over putts and things like that. Was there a touch of nerves there with Faldo and Norman beside you?
Well, you know, you're playing in the Open and there's a lot of hoopla that goes on with it. And like I said, I came to the course thinking I was playing in the twosome at 1 o'clock. And when I got here, we had a rain delay. And now I'm playing in the threesome with Norman and Faldo. And it was just, I was just thrown in there sort of thing. And I wasn't really expecting it. And I was kind of off to a, you know, I wasn't sort of at ease when I got out there, but, you know, I'm a fast player. I don't think, I like to play quick. I'm one of the quickest players out here. The quicker I can hit it, the better. The more I have to stand around. And I felt like I was doing a lot of standing around yesterday because we're playing threesomes and we had to wait on every shot. You know, I just didn't have any rhythm. I finally got some rhythm going on the back nine, but it was kind of over by then.
Is it something you'll think about, that front nine, or on to Canada next week and just keep it rolling?
Well, I think, you know, it's a learning experience. It's difficult to play in the presence of great players because they're not too concerned about what you're doing, and I wasn't concerned what they were doing, but I was just trying to do my thing. And it's just difficult. I mean, if you've been there, you know what it's like. If you haven't, then it's hard to say. But it's just difficult.
First US Open, though, pretty creditable performance, nevertheless.
Yeah, I was thinking about, you know, the top 16 here goes to Augusta, and I was really trying to do that. I birdied 10, 11, and 12, and that got me back to 6 over for the tournament. I figure maybe 4 over might make it, and I couldn't get the other 2, but I was pretty happy with my week.
Yes, I think he could be pretty happy with his week, and a great way to finish, Jack, with a 68.
Great performance, I thought. Yesterday, as he said, it's very difficult to explain to someone unless you've been there, and I feel sorry for Tom Kite now because they're going to cane him in the press here.
Yeah.
And it's just been one of those days. And as Steve Elkington said, this golf course never lets up on you. And
now here's Jumbo Ozaki back to even par for the championship and needing this to remain so. So he made the charge, but it just wasn't enough.
That's too bad.
But he has won an army of friends here in Oak Hill over the past 4 days. And here is Jack, as we could almost call him the forgotten man.
Yep. That old saying, the winners can laugh and the losers can please themselves, is going to be pretty true of Tom Kite.
Jay Dunn Blake gets par on the last, and he has certainly made people sit up and take notice in this championship after starting with a 66. He finished 4 over, but a very good performance by Jay Don Blake. Now back down 18. Pat Welsh is down there as we watch Larry Nelson with a 5-iron.
A little better than me. Curtis has got about 10 yards in him. I'd say about 170 to the flag. It's tucked away right, and he is, so we've just had the indication from his caddy that he's hitting a 6-iron. Now he can afford to start this left of the flag and let it just work back on the breeze. I think he can probably go for the centre of the green for safety, and that's probably what he'll be trying to do.
Pat, we'll stay with you for a
do
moment,
too.
because I would imagine the atmosphere out there would be absolutely electric.
It certainly is, Sandy. The grandstands beside and behind the 18th, as you know, they've been filled up since about 8:50 this morning when the first group hit off. So these people have been very patient. They've watched a lot of great golf, but this is the shot that they've been waiting to see for those many long hours today. Along the fairway, and you've got to remember this is a 440 yard par 4. They're 10 deep all the way along the fairway. This looks to be right at it if it's the right club. Well, Sandy, I think we can just listen to the crowd now, because the ovation as Curtis moves up the fairway is going to be absolutely sensational.
Yes, this is one of the great moments in golf for a winner. Jack, you know what it feels like. You must be on cloud 9.
Yes, he'll be just really going up there in dreamland. Under these circumstances, the pressure and the occasion really take over. And it's a bit like playing in a trance for Curtis, but I'm sure he'll savour this moment.
Well, last year it was an emotion-charged victory.
Gave me goosebumps on the back of my neck myself, Sandy.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? It's fantastic. And Curtis really dedicating last year's win to his father. I would suggest that this year, this one belongs to him. Meantime, Larry Nelson. Well, he's been one of probably a dozen players, Jack, that has tried so hard but just hasn't been able to make it.
Yeah, the putting really let him down. I mean, early on, he struck the ball as well as anyone. I thought the front nine today, he actually hit the ball better than anybody, but not able to convert by holing the putts.
So Nelson putts out. As Jack said, it has been a frustrating day for him with the putter. He finished 4 over, a final round 75 and a 4-round total of 284.
So Curtis Strange with rounds of 71, 64, course record in the second round, 73 yesterday. He's got this putt for a round of 69 and victory by 2. Well, 2 putts for 69, 1 putt for 68.
Yes, it will.
So Peter Jacobson with Curtis's wife, Sarah.
Should be probably saying to herself, well, this is all mundane now. We did this last year.
Been there, done that.
It's a tremendous effort to defend any championship you win, but when you defend a major, it's a supreme effort. I think right now he's quite thankful he's got a 2-shot cushion. Lightning quick putt he had down there. Sarah's saying to him, stop, take your time. We've seen 2 or 3 very short putts missed today, and Mark McCumber, remember, missed that little one of a little over a foot that horseshoed out on him. He'll be thinking about that tonight over dinner.
So this for par. He has a 2-stroke cushion.
Move from his left to right.
And he taps in. He leads by 1. He drops the shot on the last. But an outstanding performance by Curtis Strange. I think he's probably still asking the question, am I right? Am I safe? And I'm sure he's got the news by now. An unforgettable moment for Curtis and wife Sarah Strange. Final round of 70.